Tears of the Kingdom just surpassed Breath of the Wild for most copies sold during launch, and the number is unreal. Tears of the Kingdom just sold an unbelievable amount of copies in the first 3 days, and it's incomparable. Wild. Tears of the Kingdom has just sold over 10 million copies around the world in only 3 days. Breath of the Wild sold 9 million copies in a month. Tears of the Kingdom has already passed Breath of the Wild in copies sold during launch or in the first month in just 3 days. This is unreal. We knew this game was going to be big because it is a sequel from one of the biggest games ever, and nobody expected the game to sell 10 million in only 3 days. There's no way that actually happened. Like, that's crazy to believe that Tears of the Kingdom just sold that many copies. How big is this game going to be? We don't know. We can assume that this game is probably going to surpass Breath of the Wild, if not this month, next month, because 10 million in 3 days, I can't even imagine how many copies are going to be sold in the next 2 to 3 weeks. And the game just came out. A lot of people have not bought the game because they want to wait for reviews, and the reviews have been so high, and the ratings for this game are just 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5 on all critics on the internet. So once this game actually hits a point where it's going to surpass 15 million, 20 million, I can't imagine how many copies it's going to sell. It could possibly be the most sold video game on the Nintendo Switch. After seeing 10 million copies sold in just 3 days, 4 million copies were sold in the US. 4 million. That's absurd. In just 3 days. Breath of the Wild didn't even have a million in 3 days. They had like 900,000, 800,000. But 3 days, they sold 4 million for Tears of the Kingdom. That is unreal. It's just insane. And I know we're all excited for this game and we're all enjoying it, but there's other people that actually haven't even played the game yet, or they haven't bought it. So in the next few weeks, we're going to see this sales chart spike. It's going to go so high, it's probably going to surpass Breath of the Wild in the next month or two, because this game is really that big. People have been waiting so long for it. It's been 6 years since Breath of the Wild, 4 years since we got in the announcement trailer for this game, and just to see this many copies sold in just 3 days, it's unreal. It just proves how big this game really is and how long people have really waited for it. We've all been waiting so long, and we're finally playing it, and 10 million copies were sold in 3 days. It's unbelievable to even think about, because it's a massive milestone, And Breath of the Wild was one of the best games that Nintendo has ever produced, one of the best games in the Legend of Zelda series, and Tears of the Kingdom is just going to build off of that. We're going to see so much more improvement with Tears of the Kingdom. I've been playing the game, I'm enjoying it. It is so much better than Breath of the Wild, even though Breath of the Wild was one of the best games on the Nintendo Switch, probably is the best game on the Nintendo Switch, but Tears of the Kingdom just does everything better. We have so much to look forward to in the future with Tears of the Kingdom, and there's so much to do in this game compared to Breath of the Wild, and that's what's getting people to buy this game. That's why it sold 10 million in just 3 days. There were people that pre-ordered the game, and there were people that saw the reviews, saw gameplay, and they're like, oh, this game looks fun, so they bought it the day after its launch. This is a big milestone for Nintendo. The Legend of Zelda series only goes up from here. The franchise will improve from here on out, especially with Tears of the Kingdom being here and everybody playing it. It's only going to get better from here. But 10 million is a massive number in just only 3 days. 3 days is nothing. That is nothing. There's so many retailers selling a mass amount of copies. GameStop, the night of its launch, sold 4,000 copies. That's insane. But yeah, 10 million copies sold for Tears of the Kingdom in just the first 3 days is unreal, and congrats to Nintendo, because they just made a masterpiece of a video game. This game is going to be here for so long, and we are ready for it. This game is going to be phenomenal from here on out. And for it to sell 10 million copies, well, it explains it all. If you guys are enjoying Tears of the Kingdom just like I am, let me know in the comments down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Link! You must find me.